I was involved in writing a text and captions for a photography book for a lot of time. The book probably come out in a month or so. Collaborated with Andy Bernstein. It's his photography book, but it really brought me back and helped me embrace the season. And um, one of my children got married in Montana this summer, so I had a wonderful family time and a wedding situation. So that was fun for me and for a family.
So,
That's about it.
you worried about speculation on the last stand becoming a distraction for the team now?
It won't be. That won't be.
At season's end, there was talk about possibly the necessity of trading Lamar because of salary concerns. Did you have any thought? Did you give them any input one way or the other?
No, I did not. We talked about the team. Jimmy, Bus, Mitch, and myself. Before I left, and I talked to them about how serious I was about not coming back, and I wanted to, give them my input. And we talked a little bit about how to change the nature of the team with some of the changes we've made, and the anticipation that Jordan was probably going to be signed as a free agent, and so forth. So, we talked a little bit about that, but we never talked about, Lamar and, the situation that was around Lamar and the salary cap.
Were you aware of the talking? Were you aware of the talking? Did you say anything about value of Lamar in
Yes.
this situation?
Yes, how the factor, how it facilitates our game, how it makes our game better, and what he does for our basketball team that other people don't have or can't use. Those are the things that they know that. And we talked about it last summer before he was re-signed.
So you said probably possibly plans. How's Luke Walton's back and his rankings role in the team depending on himself?
He's been working really hard at his physical condition during the summer. Hasn't played basketball per se, but he's been doing a lot of physical work. So hopefully he'll be able to get up there and withstand it, and we'll be able to move forward with that second unit. But in the process, we'll kind of watch him during training camp and make sure that he doesn't go through 2 days or things like that. So
Do you feel confident in where his health is right now? Or is
I
it
can't say I feel confident. I'm hopeful.
There's also a lot of speculation on this about whether or not the team would be willing to pay you to come back this year. Was it one contract sacrifice? That's so hard for you guys to come up with a number that worked for both sides for you.
No, Dr. Busson and I had talked, even before the finals, and we had a conversation, and he explained to me how he felt, what he felt, his responsibility, and he asked me to participate in it, and I was quite comfortable with his proposition, that it wasn't hard for me to do it. No one likes to lose salary, especially after you win a championship. But, it's part of what is going on in the game, and it's part of what's, in the process of, getting back and solvent. This team needs to cut some things, and some players have taken some less as they go along in the process in this organization. So it made sense.
This is, when you said it wasn't a pay cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not-
No, I think I'll be all right to make it through the year.
How hard will it be to win the engagement this year, and how much harder, and how is the hardness compared to the past 2 seasons?
Oh, it's an impossible task. You just go about it and don't think about how difficult it is, and just play each game, and just don't worry about anything but that. But it's really a difficult task. I mean, if you go back through the history of this game, you just don't see it. It just doesn't happen. Minnesota Lakers, Minneapolis Lakers, I should say, and the Boston Celtics, and that's it. You should go back and look at it, and then the Chicago Bulls turned it around. But it just takes remarkable talent to be able to do it.
And just winning the championship separately this year, how hard will it be to win the championship separately this year as opposed to
Well, it's connected. It's connected to the other championships in the playoffs before that we didn't win, so it's hard to separate them as far as that goes. But it's just going to be very difficult. We've got young teams out here in the West that are, showing up in Oklahoma, and teams that are, starting to descend that are still difficult in the West, and San Antonio per se, and teams have been rebuilt like Dallas, so we've got our own problems out here in the West. Denver is trying to get themselves, in a position where they can get back to the finals again. So there's going to be plenty of competition. Houston's got Yao Ming back playing again this season, and who knows what Phoenix can conjure up after losing Stoudemire. But with Nash there, they're going to have a team that can do some things. So we anticipate it's going to be very difficult just to get back where we want to get back to, and that's the finals. But all those things are rent with possibility of injuries and all those other things going.
You mentioned that if the past championships are tied in different ways, that this one would be get it. Is it because of the physical, just everything piling up on each other?
I think so. I think so. I think it's physical. There's some mental fatigue that goes into it. Like, can I do this again? Can I sacrifice myself for the better of the team? And we've got an age factor, and Kobe and Fish and the amount of games they played. Those are all things that you can write down in paper, but it's how we pull it together as a group that matters.
So, last year, Kobe put on quite a bit of himself, staying out there and contender. Do you think he'll be more inclined than before to recognize how far along he is? Would that be your question?
Well, I hope so. I think that he pushed himself to the limits, and then he took some time off, and came back, was still, I thought it still pushed himself to get through it. So if it's necessary to do it, we do it. And he's broke through his consecutive game streak, which he had going for himself, and Fish has one going on right now, and I know it's going to be tough for him to give that up, because those are things that guys are tremendously proud of, the fact that they can go out every night and play.
Coach, in the final moment, final minute of the last game, Ron hit a big shot, and he said in his post-game conference that your voice was in his head telling him not to shoot that shot.
No, I didn't. I didn't say that.
No,
he was
voice
supposing that. But
right, that's what I'm saying. Was the voice of you in his head reflective of you on the sideline?
Yes, it is. I will admit that. But we did tell Ron those shots from the corner are the ones where they give it to you, where you have to think about it. But that one was not from the corner, but it was one in which Kobe set him up, and that was the right thing to do, and he did it right.
You mentioned Yao. They put him on a very strict minutes limit. Is there any consideration of doing something like that with Andrew?
When he comes back, yes. I would imagine that when he starts out, he will be conditioning, and his conditioning won't be at 100%. So we'll play him, but do it in maybe 8-minute bursts, 7-minute bursts, something like that, and then limit it to a certain number of times.
That would drop off as you start.
As a condition, yeah.
Strength consideration for
No, but I think that I'm thinking in the past, players I played with that had played minutes, they usually said, I need to be on the floor 36 minutes or more to have an influence in the game, and to feel like I'm contributing to the game the way I have to contribute to make it, to make myself the best player.
Is Michael playing the same way?
He was playing less, but I don't think it was ever less than 36. I think it was always somewhere over 36 minutes.